What's up? We're back.
Hello, welcome back to episode 2.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back.
We're back. New week, new me.
Yes,
How's
ma'am.
your week so far?
So far, it's been going good.
Been going good?
Had a couple meetings.
Yep.
Did something really good for the high school. I went back and networked with some high school students.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it just felt good to give back
Yeah,
to like the high school kids because I remember like when I was in high school, that's something that I would have wanted.
right.
Just to hear people's experience and people that are already in the work field, like how did they get there.
Right.
So it was really good to go and just give back to them.
No, it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
How about you? How was your week?
My week has been really good. I feel like I've been trying a lot of new things. Like I tried Pilates for the first time.
Nice.
That was fucking awesome. Definitely. You should try it if you're interested. You definitely should do it. It's really fun. And I went for a run this morning, which was definitely something I needed. I haven't done a run in a while, and it was nice to be out in nature and just fucking go do what I gotta do, and then,
Yeah, I'm waiting for like the summer to start back.
Yeah.
To like
He hates the
actually
cold.
go
He
running,
hates
'cause
the
I
cold.
don't like. I don't like the cold.
No, obviously
Like,
no.
it was a jump for me to go snow tubing.
Yeah, we went snow
Like,
tubing, and we had so much fun, but it was very cold.
yeah,
It was really
but
cold.
it was fun though. It was
Yeah.
fun. Now skiing, that's like
You should try it.
I may try.
You should try it. You'd.
I'm gonna have to start at the training center, like the training part. Where,
Yeah. No,
if
you
I go
definitely
up
have to
top,
start there.
If I go up top, I'm gonna like.
Even
fall
though
down.
my first time ever snowboarding, I had to go to the top because the bunny hill was closed.
You see, that's the thing though. Like,
That was crazy. That was a crazy
That's easy for
experience.
you. That's easy for you because you just like go and just.
Well, I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never even touched a snowboard before. And then like people I was with, they were like,
fell down a couple times.
Oh yeah, probably like 30 times. Like I had bruises everywhere.
I feel like that's what would happen to me if I go.
Yeah.
Like skiing. Yeah. So.
But everything's a learning curve, right?
Yeah. So how was the Pilates?
It was so great. Honestly, it was I don't even know how to explain it. It was so relaxing and like it was definitely a little weird though. Like the setup, like you have to like how do I even explain this? I don't even know. So for Pilates I think it's called a reformer, and that's like the I guess machine. I don't really know what you call it, but like the setup you use.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like how do I explain this? Okay, like have you been to the gym and you like have been on a rowing machine before?
No, if I'm being honest, I don't even know what Pilates is.
Okay.
I don't know what
Pilates is like oh my god, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like an expensive girl sport.
Oh.
An expensive girl sport where wait, no, I'm sorry. I have to pull up a picture of a reformer because you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me pull up a picture. It'll give a better visual to the whole audience.
I just hope the audience don't come at me for that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't think a lot of guys even know what it is either, so. But it's pretty much like a way to work out.
Okay.
And it's really fun. They just have like really relaxing like music on. And
okay. So it's just special like thing in the gym where people pay and they.
It's at this specific gym though. Like they wouldn't have this sort of machine looking thing.
Okay.
Anywhere else but a Pilates gym.
Gotcha.
So okay, what I'm about to show you, I promise, is not some weird fucking like shit going on, but like it's a good time.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, so
that shit is $4,000.
Damn. Yeah, but like we're not paying attention to that part. We're paying attention to the actual thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what you do?
Nah.
Okay.
This is some freak shit.
Yeah, it's not freaky. I promise. That's what I thought too. Like I walked in and I was like, what the fuck is going on in this place? Okay, so what you do is you like lay on the flat part of it. Like, right, ready, look. You lay on this flat part right here with your back, and that's where your shoulders go, and your head goes in between this little spot. Oh my god, this little spot here. And then there's like straps here. And like,
straps, huh?
I'm not even joking. Like I'm not gonna get down on the ground and like show this because I feel like that's crazy for a second episode in. But you literally like lay on it and then you take the straps and you pull it and you put on your feet and then you like go like this.
This is
Yeah.
this is funny. So
And
how
people
would you rate your experience?
my experience definitely an an 8.5 out of 10.
Wow, is that good?
I loved it.
Mm.
It was like so relaxing and like the instructor, she was so nice. I really loved her and it was like nice to just like breathe. Like you work on your breathing too while you do it and it's very
Mm.
relaxing and it's I promise this isn't like freaky shit. Like this is like I know. I really thought the same thing. I literally thought the same thing.
Oh, so this one right here, this is what it actually looks like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is a better visual. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
No,
It's
that
crazy.
looks awesome.
No, it's a good time
Yeah.
and it's
I'm sure.
he's never gonna let up about that now. Like I'm just gonna fucking that's so funny. But yeah, so anyway, I tried it out. It was really fun and I loved it and I would 100% go back and I probably
Awesome.
will. And I'll
Awesome.
waste all my money on it.
There you go. What's happened this week?
What else happened this week?
Yeah.
Well, today's Wednesday, and this episode's going up probably on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, by the time the people watch this, it'll be later on.
Right.
So I can't say for future faith, but I know the week's been good so far.
So, what is our topic today?
So, I figured we start at motivation. I feel like that's a really good place to start, and motivation is kind of like the foundation of success and everything like that, as well as your mindset.
Yeah.
And I feel like those things kind of go hand in hand because, like, well, okay, I could say also that, like, motivation goes hand in hand with discipline. Like, those things are very closely related.
Yeah, motivation, mindset, and discipline.
Yeah.
I think they all tie in together.
Right.
And a lot of very wealthy, successful people will tell you that you need all three of them to propel you forward. Right. Mindset is so very, very important.
It's like literally the foundation of everything. Yeah. Because if you don't have a good mindset, then you're literally fucked.
Yeah. One of my good buddies at work, he has this board up in his office that says mindset is everything.
Yes.
Because
shout out.
It's just it really is. Like the way you think, if you're thinking small, small things are gonna happen.
Right. Or but if you have limited beliefs.
Yeah. Limiting beliefs will dim what you are potentially what you can actually accomplish.
Right.
You know? And having a mindset of growth, learning, and thinking big.
Right.
So vital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy because there was literally a thing I just saw on social media where it's a crazy video. I wish I had it to show right now. But this guy was holding a string and on the end of the string was a rock. And he was telling the woman, he was like, all right, close your eyes and just think of moving it forward and backwards. And it started moving forward and backwards.
That's
and
crazy.
Then he said, okay, now switch it and move it side to side. And she her eyes were still closed and then they started moving side to side. And that's a very, very small example on how big your mindset affects literally everything in your whole life.
Yeah. That's true. I was watching a video, and this might be just strange video, but basically the video was saying how every thought that you think or everything that passes through your head is so important because it affects your reality so much. Yeah. Because the thoughts that you have, the things that you feed your mind, it affects how much you see the world. Right. Because you could feed your mind very positive things, and whether it be reading, watching podcasts, whereas you're feeding your mind with good things, and the people that you're surrounded with too are so important, because they usually say you're the combination of the 5 people you spend the most time with, you know, or your wealth is based on those 5 people's income, right? And it's just whatever you're feeding your mind with or whoever you're around, like that's how limited you are gonna be or
Yeah.
how open you are gonna be, if that makes sense.
No, it's so true. Like the comparison from like living in a small town to living in like a big, big city, or like, somewhere like New York City, like that is very crazy. And
Hmm.
like they always say, like when you go to New York City, like the possibilities are endless. Like
Yeah.
anything could happen, opportunities like left and right, that kind of thing. And then like going from a very small town like out in the country,
Hmm.
that can, you know what I mean? Just those like environments too
Yeah.
really change your perspective.
Yeah. I feel like ultimately though, like sometimes an environment could be, whether it be in the city or upstate, sometimes an environment
Yeah.
could be holding you back,
Oh yeah.
you know? And it's just like when you move out of that environment, because a lot of people like move away from home and they go
Yeah.
to a different place where they're actually meeting new people,
Right.
being around new energy, and their lives changed. I mean, they get better
Yeah.
over time, you know what I mean?
It just kind of
Um
kickstarts
right.
what they need to go do what they got to do.
Like me coming from Guyana to over here, I grew as a person
Right.
because in Guyana I was limited to the culture and the beliefs there, you know?
Right.
And coming to the US where I'm basically involved in just a melting pot of like different cultures. I had
It's kind of
to
crazy
It's
that like
crazy. It's
that
crazy.
dynamic now.
Yeah. I had to like now figure out
Yeah.
everything from scratch.
Right.
From scratch and figure out how to like how do I adjust myself? How do I build now? How do I
Yeah.
formulate back my social life that I had in Guyana, bring it
Right.
over here and still be successful and still live comfortably.
Right.
So,
Which is crazy.
yeah.
That's like a crazy thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even crazy like if we're talking about traveling, like literally the other day I took a 24-hour trip to Florida for literally 24
No,
hours,
I was
and
lit.
it was awesome. But like when I went there literally only for 24 hours, like it was so weird, like literally like shoveling my car in the morning, like shoveling out my car in the snow, to
Hmm.
then going on a plane, then sitting on the beach at night at like 2 a.m. in Florida.
Yeah.
And like when I was there, I was surrounded by so many different like people, and like the culture was so like alive. Like I couldn't even explain it, but like
Hmm.
it just felt so alive. Like that's a great
Like
word
you
to
felt
explain it.
different because you were in a different
Yeah. And it was
place,
just like,
different environment.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I definitely wouldn't live in Florida, but it was a great like place to go
Hmm.
to visit and just to, like be around. And
Yeah. Why wouldn't you live in Florida?
cuz like I just don't think the people are exactly the people I'm trying to be around.
Hmm.
Like it was very much, well, we were also in Fort Lauderdale, so it was very much like crackhead energy. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like people were wild. Like
Uh
it was crazy,
mhm.
but it was definitely like a great experience, and I'd definitely go back to visit.
Yeah. So I guess what kind of people are you looking to be around?
Honestly, just people that like support me, like motivate me, and just kind of like we can kind of build lives together.
Hmm.
Like people I have the same interest in, and like I guess everyone's kind of like that, but like I don't know how to explain it.
You want to be around people that are like-minded,
They have a
growth
drive. They have a drive
growth-minded.
to
They have
them.
a
That's like
drive.
what I want.
They have a motivation
Yeah.
that they want more out of life,
Right.
and that's good.
And like but the drive is so important because I went to this community event
Hmm.
like probably this time last year
Hmm.
actually, and it completely changed my life. I was really surrounded for 12 hours a day for 3 days
Hmm.
around like successful accountants and like teachers and mentors and
Hmm.
just people who like kind of knew their shit. And like what we had to do is we literally just like thrown in, we had to meet people, like network, and then we had to help each other like build a business for
Yeah.
like 3 days, and then give like a whole presentation on it and like that kind of thing. And it was awesome. Like
Hmm.
that, I've never felt that way ever in my whole life, and I would like that felt so good to be there. Like
Hmm.
it felt so right. Like it just felt like it fit,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's like the moment I knew that like I want to be like have my own business one day. Like that's like the exact moment I knew I was like, yeah, 100%. always kind of felt that way, but this is the moment that's like solidifying it.
Mm.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, it's good to be around folks like that and have that experience that they share because they can enlighten you about things that you're not seeing, you know?
Right.
And today I learned, well, I noticed, but like today I was reminded that you can never be big enough.
Expand on that a little bit. Expand on that a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Mindset wise, you can never be big enough. In terms of if you've reached the peak of learning something, there's always more to learn.
Right.
There's always farther to go. There's always more to get. There's always more.
Right.
Like, I feel like when you come to a point and you've learned something completely,
Right.
whether it be in your profession, whether it be something that you've invested your time into, there's always another way to go.
But that's also one mindset perspective.
Hmm.
Like what you're saying, like to kind of tie it back to this whole episode, is
Mm-hmm.
all about mindset and
Yeah.
like success, motivation, whatever. Like mindset, really, like that's just one mindset perspective. And if you have a limiting mindset,
Mm-hmm.
like the opposite of what you're saying,
Yeah.
your life could look like very different compared to the other side.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you have like a very limiting mindset, like limiting beliefs, like you're very small minded, like you don't really like explore things,
Mm-hmm.
you could be someone who worries a lot or like,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, does the same things, is very routine based.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe like you are happy with it or you're not, versus maybe someone who like has that bigger mindset where they're willing to like go try new things, adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That mindset will take them a lot farther than the smaller mindset.
Mindset really is the thing that's gonna push you forward because
Yeah.
you're gonna have rough days. You're gonna have days when you
Right.
want to quit. You're gonna have days where you're out of it and you don't feel like getting up and you want to
Yeah.
sleep in and you want to
That bed is just so comfy.
right, the bed is comfortable, but like the
Yeah.
mindset of like, okay, even though I'm uncomfortable, even though I feel the fear of it, I'm gonna still do it anyway.
Right.
Like that's the mindset to have. Like even though
Right.
stuff scares you and you don't know what tomorrow might bring or you haven't figured it out completely yet,
Mm.
knowing that it's gonna be all right
Right.
and still doing it,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
that is the mindset,
Yeah.
and that's how you should approach life with everything,
Yeah.
with anything, you know.
No, it literally changes your life when you approach life like that.
Yeah.
Like, kind of with that, like, fearless mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when I say fearless, I don't mean like fear just isn't a thing. Because fear is all around us and like fear is always going to be there. But like choosing to not focus on the fear.
Oh yeah.
Because it's always going to be there. But like
Mm-hmm.
choosing to not focus on it and being like, all right, I'm going to like push past it or I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to let fear like stop me from getting what I
Yeah.
want. Alrighty. So I think it's time for us to take a little break.
But we'll be back in like 20 minutes.
We'll be back in like 20 minutes.
Peace.
Peace.
Moments later. A few minutes later. A few inches later. 12 seconds later. 3 days later.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're back from fucking break. Food was fucking gas.
Was
Per
good.
use.
As
Per
always.
use.
As always.
But yeah, to kind of just wrap up the episode and kind of close out from everything we've talked about so far. What is like one experience that like you think about when like someone mentions like motivation, like where you maybe had a hard time with motivation and then you were like you kind of found your groove with it.
Mm-hmm. So 6 months ago, well, 7 months ago, when I first started at Northwestern, I was a mess. As in terms of didn't understand the system. I didn't know how to be successful there.
Right.
But I never gave up. Like I kept trying. I kept consistent
Mm-hmm.
with trying to learn the system as much as possible.
Right.
And for the past 2 to 3 months, it has been amazing at Northwestern.
That's fucking awesome. As you should.
So when you talk about motivation,
Yeah.
I feel like there is a lot of discipline that goes into
Right.
it.
Like hand in hand.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like when you're learning anything. Like
Right.
if you're trying to learn the piano, you can't just go one day and you're a master.
Right.
You know, you gotta dedicate time,
Yeah.
energy, money into just learning the basics,
Right.
and you gotta keep consistent at it
Hell
because
yeah.
that's the thing that is gonna help you to master wherever you go.
Mhm.
If you go anywhere, if you're in the jungle, you gotta figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
You gotta figure it the fuck out.
so motivation has a lot to do with discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
What about you?
So I would say like the one that comes to my head is probably after my like last breakup. That like really I think just like changed my perspective on everything, and I kind of like kickstarted me into like just pursuing a very creative outlet, and I think that's kind of just where I'm meant to be. And I think
Hmm.
if I didn't go through that situation and like become more creative or like just let it out, I was at a really low point in my life, and then I found painting as a way to just kind of find myself again.
Yeah.
Went to flea markets, and then I started selling my artwork, and then from there I um started writing poetry and really getting into that. And I'm very excited to announce also that I'm going to be writing and publishing a book with my friend,
Nice.
poetry book, in a few months, which is very, very exciting. So when that comes out, I'll let you guys know so you guys can go and buy it. And then after that, I kind of like really started getting my creative groove, and I started designing clothes and really getting into it and loving the process, and that's definitely like my passion. So I'm super excited that one day I'm going to kind of launch that and really get that going. We're kind of just taking slow steps to get
Yeah.
there, but I just can't wait for the day where I can see people wear my hoodies and I just get to design and like just, you know, probably use social media as a resource because I think
Hmm.
it's a great resource. It's just there's a lot of pros and cons to it, but I think it will really help me like kind of kickstart that as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna be your first customer.
Yep. Hell yeah. And um yeah, so I'm just super excited to kind of get that all going, and I don't think I would have gotten to this point if I didn't go through like one of the lowest points in my life,
Hmm.
like probably a year ago,
Yeah.
and that helped me kickstart everything creatively
Mhm.
and just my motivation through all of it just to get better and just to continue to get better and just know that like there's a better version of myself out there and
Mhm.
there's like better things coming,
Yeah.
especially like kind of living the life that I want to and like
Yeah.
expressing myself
Yeah.
in that way.
That's awesome. That's like the underdog story. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you
Hell
coming
yeah.
out of a dark place and saying to yourself that you want change or you want to be better, so that
Right.
you can live the life that you want to live. You know, I think that's like a good mindset to have when you're heading into anything that's new. You know, if
Right.
you're heading into a new space, it's good to have the mindset of um not because it's not looking perfect
Right.
or it's not looking how you want it to look, that means you're gonna just like let it go and like just quit. You know,
Yeah.
like you gotta sit down, go through those feelings of not knowing, and figure it out along the way. You know,
Yeah.
it's it's also good too is like having a mentor.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
They can be very helpful, especially like guiding you and kind of keeping you responsible for everything kind of going on, like making sure you're keeping on your plan and, you know, knowing how to get through certain things, especially like big obstacles.
Hmm.
They're definitely super helpful. And like a mentor could literally be anyone. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific mentor. Like, their job is to be a mentor or a life coach. It can literally be like your mom or your
Yeah.
brother or your friend or like a teacher. Like, it really can be anyone that can just help you and guide you. Like, definitely listen to them and just try and take their advice and figure out
Hmm.
if it's the best advice for you. And I think everyone should have a mentor,
No, that's true. I mean, the
either big
mentors,
or small scale,
yeah,
you
the mentors that I have right now
know?
really help me stay focused
Yeah,
and stay on my grind and um all although having a big vision or a big goal um is important, it's
mm,
good to have those people around you that could help you move to that goal or help you figure out how to get to that goal, if that makes
right.
sense, you know. And that's where a mentor comes in, helping with you staying on point, staying disciplined. It's almost like being an athlete where you have coaches and the coaches constantly remind them like, hey, there's a higher reach, there's a
Right.
better place to go, like there's records to break, there's things to I guess things to accomplish, you know.
Right.
And we were talking about this earlier. It's like you can never get too big,
Right.
you know, like you can never get too big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, hell yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
So
there's always a like when once you reach a point and you've completely learned something, there's always more to learn. There's always more to grow. There's always more
right.
more
Never
to
enough.
never enough.
Never enough.
So yeah.
Hell yeah. And that's like great advice, and I hope everyone, listening to the pod
Mhm.
can just
Yeah, if there's like one thing you guys
Yeah.
took away, then I think we've accomplished our job
yeah,
here.
especially like one sentence that sticks out to me when like you talk about that is like stick to the plan, not the mood.
Mhm.
Like what you were saying,
Yeah.
like athletes, if they're not feeling good one day, they can't just like not
Yeah.
go and like train and
Yeah.
condition. Like they have
They
to
have to.
because it's part of the plan.
Part of the
So
plan.
if there's one thing you can take throughout this whole episode, it's definitely stick to the plan, not the mood.
Yeah.
And I
And
hope you guys really enjoyed today's
Mhm.
episode.
Mhm.
And we will see you next week with another episode.
We'll see you guys next week Wednesday.
Yeah, and I hope you guys had a great time listening to us.
Yeah.
So,
Peace.
peace. So, I started painting and I really loved that. I started like selling my Hi guys.
Okay, you're telling us about your experience. Triggered. Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway. I'm like crying. Oh my god, my mascara is burning my eyes.
Phone have limited storage, okay?
Okay.
So we can't be laughing so much.
Okay. Ask me again.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, back up. We're gonna fucking back up.
Okay.